big story of the day is what's happening in Israel and Gaza. And joining us now is Eylon Levy from Tel Aviv, who is a former IDF veteran. Eylon, thank you very much for joining us. I guess the big issue at the moment is that, I mean, lots of people obviously have lots of sympathy for what happened in Israel last week and have sympathy for Israel's desire to wipe out Hamas. But what responsibility does Israel have to avoid civilian casualties in Gaza when their sort of fully fledged attack on Gaza happens? How much responsibility does Israel have to avoid those casualties?
What happened on October 7th, the October 7th massacre, was the greatest terror attack in world history after 9/11. Israel lost 1,300 people who were murdered in brutal ISIS-style atrocities. And the responsibility that Israel is now taking to protect its civilians' lives is to make sure that Hamas never again has the capability to perpetrate such atrocities. Now, as for the situation inside the Gaza Strip, Israel is taking action that I don't think any other military in the world has taken, warning Palestinians in the northern part of the Gaza Strip to get out of the combat zone. Israel has no interest in seeing civilian casualties. Israel does not want to see civilian casualties. We have had enough of seeing innocent people being hurt in this fighting, which is why Israel is determined to make sure that this is the last war against Hamas, so that it can never perpetrate such atrocities again. And that is why Israel is warning the people of Gaza to get out of the way, even though Hamas, and I don't know whether you've reported this, has been urging people to stay put and to martyr themselves for the cause, because for Hamas, images of dead Palestinians on TV are good propaganda in order to get sympathy from the West. But Israel wants them to get out of the way because we do not want any civilians to get hurt.
Eylon, you are right. We have said that Hamas has told people to remain in their homes. So a question, is 24 hours long enough to have those civilians leave their homes and flee?
Israel understands that an evacuation may take longer than 24 hours, but 24 hours is a much greater mercy than Hamas gave the civilians of southern Israel when they invaded without warning last Saturday morning and butchered everyone in their path. It's a lot more notice than Hamas gives Israelis when it launches rockets towards Israel. Israelis have a matter of seconds on the way from rockets, maybe 15 seconds. There are places in Israel where maybe they used to have 5 seconds to run from rockets, except last Saturday, Hamas went and butchered everyone living close to the Gaza Strip. So Israel understands this may take time, but it's urging civilians to get out of the way. We do not want to see civilians harmed, but it's important to understand Israel's goal in this war is to destroy Hamas. This is not a war that Israel wanted. It's not a war that Israel started. It's not a war that Israel even expected, but it is a war that Israel is going to win in order to protect its civilians, its citizens, and humanity from the ISIS-style barbarities that were inflicted on our innocent people last Saturday.
Eylon Levy, thank you very much indeed for joining us this morning from Tel Aviv.
Thank you.